Let me know if this sounds familiar to you. You put days or even weeks of effort into a photo or video project, and when it's finally time to deliver all that hard work, that Google Drive folder, that Dropbox folder, that WeTransfer link, they don't quite feel like the most premium way for your client to receive their files from you. That's where the sponsor of today's video, Pic-Time, comes in. So yes, this video is sponsored by Pic-Time, but they didn't have any creative input as to what I say. The only thing they did is give me access to their service to take a look at it for myself and then to tell you guys what I honestly think about it. So first of all, I wanted to define what Pic-Time really is, and I think there's a couple different ways you can use the service, but the easiest way that I immediately understood is that it's a more premium alternative to Google Drive, to WeTransfer, to Dropbox. It's a way to deliver your photos, it's a way to deliver your videos now as well to your clients so that it feels more premium whenever they receive it. You have more input into how things are laid out, and you can deliver photos and videos right next to each other. They're displayed in full resolution, and it just shows your work in a more professional light. I created some galleries myself to take a look at all of the features they have to offer and figure out what really sets Pic-Time apart. For example, if you have the kind of shoot where you're just going to upload all of your unedited photos for your client to pick out, that can be done through Pic-Time. They can select the ones that they want you to edit, and then you can actually just download a CSV file with your client's selections that plugs directly into Lightroom and will pull just those files up for you to edit. And one of the coolest features that I really find to be useful, especially when you're dealing with hundreds of photos at a time, is there is an AI search available to yourself as the uploader or even your clients. You can decide if you want to turn that on or off, and you can actually look up specific people in the gallery by faces they recognize across the photos as recurring. And also, if you're documenting an event and say there's lots of singers, you can organize the photos by just the people who were singing or just the people who were dancing, or whatever that might be. This AI search really helps you easily find specific photos in a gallery of hundreds of photos. If you're just delivering everything to the client and they want to look for something specific, that's a very, very useful feature. So I would say those two use cases are the biggest use cases for Pic-Time as a platform, mainly file delivery, but there are some other ways to use it as well that I found. So say you do lots of different kinds of photography, but you want to advertise one kind of specific service that you do. You can make a mini portfolio in Pic-Time of just, in my case, product photos. I created just my product reel, so I can advertise that as my product specific portfolio. And probably the coolest thing that's a good way to make some extra money with your photography is that Pic-Time has an integrated print store, so you can deliver work to clients. Say if you deliver a gallery of wedding photos, they can choose to make prints with your photos with the built-in store. It doesn't cost you anything. It's already figured out for you how much of a markup you make on your prints, and that's just a great value add-on of Pic-Time that's fully just integrated into the service. You don't have to do anything extra, but if your client so chooses, they can go ahead and purchase your photography as prints. It's just very intuitive. Whenever you're creating a gallery, you have some customizability, but not too much to overcomplicate things. You can change the background color. You can add a cover photo that kind of represents your gallery. And also the thing that I like about when you choose to add a cover photo and a focal point, whenever you send that gallery to a client, say you text it to them, it will show up with that photo for the link. You can choose the photo that pops up, and that just adds just a little bit of extra value in the more premium experience for your client. If you have a multifaceted project as well, you can organize your galleries by scene. For the Juneteenth gallery that I made, there were kind of two main events on 2 different days. One was an art exhibition and one was a block party with live performances. There's a little menu bar at the top of the gallery, sort of like a mini website actually, where you can click through and quickly go to the different scenes. It shows your photos in full resolution, and it allows your client to download it in a high-res version or a web resolution version if they don't need such a big file. Or you can also turn off downloads if you're using this as a gallery where you don't want people to get digital files out of it. You can also set the gallery to expire after a certain period of time, sort of like WeTransfer works if you'd like that. You can also make it so whenever someone accesses the gallery, they have to input their email, and you could create an email list for a newsletter or something like that for your business. And like I said, there's a bunch more stuff, but that's kind of the main things that have the most value in my opinion. Overall, I just feel that Pic-Time adds that little layer of extra perceived value value for your clients. Also, the integrated print store, especially if you're doing portrait photography or weddings or something like that, that is really going to be useful in pairing with delivering your galleries, having that print store. I think that's going to be fantastic. In terms of things that I think could be improved, I Googled it and it said there was a way to do it, but I wasn't personally able to find it in the settings. Whenever you're going through a Pic-Time gallery and you click on a photo to full screen it, it showed you the original file name that you uploaded the photo under, and I wasn't able to figure out how to turn that off, and that's something I wish it could have been turned off. But overall, I found it to be a really useful service. I've already delivered one of my projects for a client with it, and they said that it was really great. It was obviously a lot better than a Google Drive link like I've sent them historically in the past. Like I said, this is a sponsored video, so you can take everything I say with a grain of salt, but I am telling you honestly, I tried out the platform and there's not a lot of bad things to say about it. If you feel like this could be an extra value add-on for your business, and if you think you could even make a little bit of extra money with it, I would encourage you to try it out. I do have a link in the description. There's also a free trial version as well, so if you just want to test it out and see if you like how it makes your work look. If there's anyone out there who uses Pic-Time for their business, do you feel like it has added value to your delivery process and the perceived value of your work from your client's perspective? If this is your first time seeing Pic-Time or you're thinking about getting it, what appeals to you about the platform? What do you think could be even further improved? Pic-Time will be watching this video. If you want to weigh in on their platform and say something that they'll probably see, you can leave that in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one, guys. Peace.